Hi, passionate Rangers FC fans, welcome to Rangers Update, your dedicated source for all things Rangers. Before we dive in, we want to express our gratitude for your unwavering support. If you bleed blue, don't forget to subscribe, smash that like button, and let's strengthen our community. Now let's get into the latest updates. A hearty welcome to our new followers. Your backing means the world to us. WATP, let's get to the news. The air at Ibrox is positively electric as Rangers ramp up their summer business with the latest developments signaling a major midfield overhaul. A deal has been struck, terms finalized and sealed with a high-profile signing, aimed squarely at bolstering the engine room. It's a statement of intent, a clear indication that the club is laser-focused on reinforcing key areas as they edge closer to the season's kickoff. With preseason just around the corner and competitive fixtures looming large, this transfer could prove pivotal in Russell Martin's ongoing project to reshape the side. Indeed, this is another bold stroke in what's shaping up to be a hectic and transformative window at the Govan club. There's a palpable sense amongst supporters that momentum is building across the club. Following Martin's arrival in early June, he wasted no time in assembling a backroom team designed to elevate standards both on and off the pitch. Longtime Lieutenant Matt Gill and performance coach Rie Owen were among the first to arrive, setting a new tone in training and preparation. But Martin's ambition clearly goes beyond the pitch. He's steadily crafting an entire culture, one that demands fresh talent, fresh ideas, and above all, fresh winning attitudes. Now, with the midfield reinforcement confirmed, Rangers have made a decisive move. The player in question, familiar to followers of Scottish football and lauded for his passing range, tenacity, and ability to break lines, is set to arrive on a permanent deal. Reports suggest the contract runs for 2 years. And that crucially, this signing isn't just about depth, it's about adding genuine quality. This is a player who ticks boxes all around. He's mobile, composed, capable of stepping into tight spaces when needed, yet just as comfortable dictating play from deeper positions. The kind of midfielder who holds the game together, giving both defense and attack a platform to build from. For Rangers, this is more than a signing, it's a statement. By acquiring a midfielder of this caliber, they're acknowledging a gap that's been present since Stephen Davis retired. The fanbase has long yearned for someone who could combine experience with energy, leadership with technique, someone who could read the tempo of matches, who could drive the team forward when required, yet also soak up pressure and calm the tempo in key moments. This recruit appears tailor-made for that hybrid role, slotting straight into the middle and offering a perfect blend of physicality and vision. It also fits neatly into the broader blueprint Russell Martin is piecing together. His style demands players who can carry the ball over ground, transition swiftly, and show composure in possession. As someone who's orchestrated this kind of midfield blueprint down in England, Martin knows all too well the difference one intelligent, mobile central midfielder can make. This isn't just about stacking numbers, it's about balancing the squad, ensuring that whoever steps into the 11 can perform the specific demands of Martin's system. Of course, timing is everything. Preseason is a time for cohesion, a time to get ideas across and integrate new signings seamlessly into the fabric of the squad. With this deal locked in, Rangers can now turn full attention to forging partnerships, building defensive shields, and attacking link-ups that start from the midfield out. Whether it's defensive transition, press resistance, or the ability to thread passes through narrow channels, this new rival looks equipped to hit the ground running precisely when the team needs it most. Looking at Ibrox's broader strategy, this transfer also sends a message to the rest of the Premiership and beyond. Rangers are on the move again. After a summer of youth departures and season exits, this is the kind of proactive reinforcement that fans crave. It's autumnal in its ambition, spring-like in its hope. The recruitment drive thus far, smart, bold, focused, lays bare the club's priorities, shoring up, challenging, and ultimately competing at the highest level possible. There's a deeper narrative too. Martin is clearly keen to instill a sense of identity and continuity, one that can sustain beyond his tenure. The recruitment of a central midfielder capable of leading in the heart of play speaks volumes about that approach. It's not just about the now, it's about building foundations for seasons to come. It's a rejection of short-term fixed mentality and a bold embrace of project building. Fans should read this as a declaration. Rangers are putting structures in place to compete not just for a season but for years ahead. And speaking of seasons, Martin's arrival has already brought a ruffling of feathers in the dugout. Sal Bibo, rumored to have cut his teeth under Arsene Wenger at Arsenal, is understood to be very close to stepping in as the club's new goalkeeper coach, with Russell Martin adding new staff including long-serving assistants like Matt Gill and Rie Owen. Bibo's expected arrival only strengthens the impression that the club is dramatically upgrading every operational facet, coaching, recruitment, performance, all under scrutiny, all subject to improvement, all striving for excellence, in pursuit of trophies. The midfield signing in particular underscores a message that Rangers are serious about contending on multiple fronts. It speaks to a belief that the engine room of midfield, not flashy fullbacks or charismatic forwards, is where seasons are won or lost. This is not a headline-grabbing marquee forward or an attacking sensation. No, this is a grassroots backbone, the unsung hero of any successful campaign. The kind of player who might not headline the highlight reels, but who anchors the team through thick and thin, who allows others to shine. As the board finalizes the deal, supporters can begin to dream of sharper tactical balance, of seamless transitions, of a midfield duo or trio who can both break play and build it afresh. This signing gives the rest of the squad something to feed off, a stabilizer, a metronome, a conductor. And while preseason remains crucial for forging understanding, the signing delivers an immediate psychological boost. The club is moving forward, and it's doing so with purpose. So what now? Following this midfield coup, eyes will rightfully turn to reinforcing other areas. Will a wing arrive, another center back, or perhaps a promising younger player to inject some pace and flair? All that remains to be seen. But one fact stands out: Rangers have begun the summer showing initiative, coherence, vision, and ambition. This isn't just transfer business, this is squad architecture under Russell Martin. It's a blueprint being drawn, it's a mood being changed, and it's a club stepping up once again. In short, Ibrox is buzzing, the deal is done. The midfield is strengthened, the squad is evolving, and with preseason rapidly approaching, all eyes now rest on Martin to weave this fresh build into a formidable side. The foundations are being laid. So now the question shifts, not if this season can succeed, but how high Rangers can climb. Let's now talk about what else has been stirring behind the scenes at Rangers. Because while the midfield signing is grabbing headlines, the shakeup behind the curtain is just as vital for the bigger picture. The structure of the backroom staff has been evolving steadily since Russell Martin walked through the doors at Ibrox. One of the most intriguing developments in this regard is the expected arrival of Sal Bibo, a seasoned goalkeeping coach with Premier League pedigree and a clear eye for developing talent. Having spent recent years at Sheffield Wednesday and with a stint at Arsenal on his CV, Bibo brings both credibility and experience. The fact that he's reportedly out of contract only smooths the path for his move to Govan, where he's expected to join Martin's ever-growing technical staff. Bibo's arrival couldn't come at a better time either. Since the departure of Colin Stewart, who had worked under several former managers, including Steven Gerrard and Michael Beale, the role of goalkeeper coach has seen some temporary patches, but lacked long-term clarity. Alan McGregor, a club legend, stepped in on a short-term basis to see the side through to the end of the season, but with the season now reset, there's an urgent need for stability in that department. Bringing in someone like Bibo not only fills that void, but does so with a long-term lens. He's known for his detail-oriented sessions, for working closely with keepers to refine technique, positioning, and mental sharpness traits that align well with Martin's vision for high performance. Consistency, that reshuffling hasn't stopped. With the goalkeeper department, Issam Harai, who was appointed assistant manager under Felipe Clement earlier this year, has officially exited the club. His departure, which he himself described as entirely amicable, highlights just how methodically Martin is reshaping the support network around him. Harai revealed that after open and honest discussions with Martin and Kevin, it became clear that the structure Martin wanted to implement didn't allow for overlapping responsibilities. Harai's own job description mirrored too closely that of Martin's trusted assistant Matt Gill, and rather than allowing confusion or overlap to linger, both parties decided it was best to part ways early. That sort of transparency and mutual respect sets a healthy tone for the club and demonstrates a professional maturity that can only benefit Rangers in the long run. The coaching staff's restructuring may not capture the same excitement as player signings, but it's often in these seemingly quiet shifts that the biggest long-term impact is felt. A well-balanced technical team behind the scenes is what allows the players on the pitch to thrive. It's what turns fitness into sharpness, recovery into consistency, and tactics into execution. Martin understands that better than most. His managerial career thus far has been built not just on philosophy, but on building the right team to implement it, and Bibo's addition is another piece in that puzzle. Speaking of pieces falling into place, let's move back to the pitch and talk about the major forward development involving Hamza Igamain. This is a name that lit up Ibrox last season, a player whose energy, movement, and goal-scoring instinct gave Rangers a real edge. The Moroccan striker was nothing short of electric throughout the campaign, registering 16 goals across all competitions. His brace against us and that unforgettable winner at Celtic Park weren't just moments of magic. They were statements of potential. It was clear that Rangers had found a gem. But as often happens in football when a player shines that brightly, bigger clubs start to circle. Reports from Morocco suggest that French side Lille have beaten out heavy competition, including interest from Marseille and Everton to secure Igamein's signature. After several days of back-and-forth negotiations, it's believed that the two clubs have reached a full agreement pending a medical and the finalization of paperwork. While Rangers fans will no doubt be disappointed to lose a rising star, the reality is that this transfer injects a significant sum into the club's coffers. Estimates suggest the total fee is in the region of £15 million, although due to a sell-in clause with his former club Far Rabbit Rangers are likely to see just over $10 million directly. Financially, that's still a very solid return, especially when one considers that Igamein was something of a low-profile signing when he arrived. His growth into a first-team regular and his ability to deliver in big moments means that this sale, while tough to swallow emotionally, makes good business sense. It's also a further endorsement of Rangers' scouting network and development structure. Identifying and nurturing talent that can fetch double-digit million-pound fees is not just a nice bonus, it's a vital part of modern club sustainability. In terms of Lille's perspective, they see Igamein as the long-term replacement for Jonathan David, the Canadian forward who is now on the radar of several top European clubs. For Rangers, that kind of interest is both a compliment and a challenge. It means the club is doing something right in developing players, but it also underscores the need to reinvest wisely. That reinvestment, of course, is already underway with the arrivals of players like Joe Rothwell and Max Aarons. The idea is to ensure that as some doors close, new ones open, with players coming in who are not just replacements, but potential upgrades in terms of fit, flexibility, and experience. Rothwell in particular is an intriguing addition. Having worked with Martin previously, the midfielder arrives with a clear understanding of the tactical demands he'll face. His time at Bournemouth and Leeds, where he was central to Daniel Farke's promotion-winning campaign, suggests a player capable of rising to challenges. His strengths, ball progression, set-piece delivery, and positional intelligence make him a valuable tool in unlocking stubborn low blocks, something Rangers struggled with at times last season. The fact that he signed on a permanent deal and not another short-term loan only reinforces the idea that Martin is building for the medium to long term. Meanwhile, Max Aarons adds dynamism on the flanks, a fullback comfortable in both attacking and defensive roles. His versatility will be key in Martin's preferred fluid formations. Whether deployed in a back four or as a wing-back in a three-man defense, Aarons offers pace, drive, and a willingness to contribute in both penalty areas. Having joined from Bournemouth as well, there's a clear pattern emerging. Rangers are targeting players with a certain profile: athletic, intelligent, proven at a high level, and with the character to adapt to life in Glasgow's intense football environment. There's also a broader continental lens to consider as Rangers prepare for European qualification rounds and the challenges of balancing domestic and international fixtures. The depth and versatility of the squad becomes paramount. Players like Rothwell and Aarons bring exactly that. Their adaptability means Martin can rotate without sacrificing cohesion, an essential asset when navigating Thursday Sunday football stretches. With Igamein departing, there's room now for another forward to arrive, perhaps with a different skill set to complement the existing attacking options. Expect that search to continue throughout July as the recruitment team narrows down profiles that match Martin's vision. All in all, this period at Ibrox feels less like a typical transfer window and more like a calculated reconstruction. There's a coherence to what's happening, a clear line between philosophy and personnel. Russell Martin isn't chasing headlines or scrambling to plug gaps. He's methodically building a team with an identity, with depth, and with the ambition to not just compete but to dominate. That starts in the dressing room, flows through the training ground, and lands on the pitch when it matters most. And with every piece of news, every signing, every exit, every backroom change, that identity becomes clearer. Before we continue, make sure to subscribe to our channel and turn on notifications to get all the exclusive news about Rangers FC. Don't overlook any details about your beloved team. It's crucial for Rangers FC fans. Whispers are growing louder in the Scottish football scene as talk swirls around the possibility of Lawrence Shankland making a high-profile switch to Rangers, while nothing has been confirmed. Murmurs from within the corridors of Scottish Premiership clubs suggest that the prolific Hearts striker might just be packing his bags. For the blue side of Glasgow, SHANKLAND, who has enjoyed a stellar season at Tynecastle, has long been on the radar of several top-tier clubs, but it's Rangers who seem increasingly interested in bolstering their attacking options. With the 28-year-old's proven firepower, with a keen eye for goal, leadership on the pitch, and a growing reputation for turning up in big matches, SHANKLAND could be the kind of player the Ibrox faithful would welcome with open arms. Though neither club has commented publicly, those close to the Hearts camp have hinted at a cautious acceptance that their talisman could be on the move, especially with his contract situation entering its final phase. Rangers, in turn, are reportedly weighing up their options carefully, aware of both the financial outlay and the emotional weight such a transfer would carry, particularly given the rivalry between the two Edinburgh and Glasgow clubs. Some insiders suggest that talks may already be underway, with early feelers sent out by the Rangers board to gauge interest and explore figures. Others believe it may be a waiting game, one that could go right down to the wire of the transfer window. Should this move materialize, it would not only send shockwaves across the league, but also mark a significant statement of intent from Rangers as they look to reclaim domestic dominance and mount a serious European push. Still, until pens are put to paper, it remains the stuff of speculation. But in Scottish football, as we know, sometimes where there's smoke, there's fire. For now, fans on both sides will keep their ears to the ground and their eyes on the headlines as the SHANKLAND to Rangers chatter refuses to go quietly. Greetings, fans. Make sure to hit that like button and subscribe to the channel, as it's greatly appreciated by Rangers FC, and don't forget to share your thoughts on the news in the comments section below. Until the next video, stay tuned.